Please give a big warm welcome to Phil Johnson, everybody. Phil Johnson.
Oh, yeah. My name is Phil Johnson. It is nice to have you here. Santa Fe, I come out here, you get to play Santa Fe's favorite game, homeless or just vegan. It can be hard to tell. There was a guy walking up to me the other day and I thought he was going to ask for change. No, he was trying to sell me organic compost. Yeah. Does this guy need help or he just really likes fermenting his own pickles? Thing with homeless and vegan though, usually it's both. You ever had that? Hey man, you want a sandwich? Is it gluten-free? No, it's good. I came, wearing plaid, which many of you out here are wearing the plaid. Go plaid, people. I call it urban camouflage, because if you wear plaid, no woman will ever see you. It's interesting. I didn't know I was getting up here tonight. Any single people out there? You can wear my single people at? Yeah? That's a lot of single people. Why? No, seriously, look to your left, look to your right, stick a finger in somebody, see what happens. I'm single too, and it can be tough being single. The other day, I was walking past a storefront, and they were changing the display, so there was a lady taking the skirt off a mannequin. And I was like, oh yeah, oh, all right. Now we're talking, and she was doing it real slow too, 10, 15, 20% off. No, it's a good sales strategy, because I was like, ooh, I'm spent. I learned some things about myself. I always knew I liked topless women. But I didn't realize that meant a woman with no top, just the legs. I guess I'm a leg man. And I've never had a foot fetish either, but I haven't been to Payless Shoes to check out their models, so we can do. Anybody grow up in New Mexico? We got locals here. Yeah, fucking KBU, no? I grew up in New Mexico, and I didn't grow up religious or anything, so when my parents wanted to discipline me, they couldn't threaten me with Jesus, Jesus loves people who eat all their peas. And that didn't work. Santa won't come if you don't eat all your peas. That didn't work. Well, if you don't eat your peas, La Llorona will get you. I ate all the peas. Do we have more peas? Can we go get more peas? I think it's still light out. She only comes out in the dark. I think she takes community college classes during the day. I don't know. But she only comes out in the dark. So we can go get more peas. La Llorona was legitimately terrifying as a child. We'd go camping and I'd be like, well, we can't sleep here. Just right by the arroyo, and we're not building any defenses, it was terrible. So for those of you who didn't grow up in New Mexico, La Llorona is an old Spanish folktale from back when this was, Spain. So she's a folktale. She's a monster demon. I think from the Sasquatch extended universe. They have these fun crossovers and team ups they do with La Llorona and the Chupacabra, right? It's hilarious that La Llorona has the Chupacabra if they want to go grab some kids, and Chupacabra thought she meant baby goats. Just hilarious. But La Llorona was she was a beautiful woman way back in the day, and she made eyes at the very charming guitar playing guy, and they had some wonderful years together. But eventually it came where he went up to her and he said, we need to talk. Spoke English, by the way, no accent, very strange. And he's like, hey babe, this just isn't working out. And she said, no, you cannot do this to me. You have to tell me. She had a little bit more of an accent, but again, perfect English. and she said, but you have to tell me why you would do this to me. And he said, well, I've noticed that you have a tendency to fly off the handle sometimes. And she said, yes, this is something that has been a part of my life for a long time. And I'm trying to work on it for myself. And it's something I'm aware of. And then she drowned their children in the arroyo. And the children, of course, they speak Spanish, but only with an English accent. It's very like, no, mammy, no lo matemos. So I don't know. Boy, I've been doing a lot of reading lately. Anybody else like to read? Yeah. Anybody else read this book? It's Green Eggs and Ham. I think it's about consent. No, seriously, like it should have just been a one-chapter book, right? Do you want some green eggs and ham? No. But this Sam I Am guy, this Sam I Am character, he's got to push it, He's really got to lean on it. Like, yeah, listen, I know you said no already, okay, but then like this is just a joke. But like, but it is crazy. But I don't know, maybe if you were on a train in the rain, and I don't know, maybe if you saw a goat in a boat, would that put you in the mood for green eggs and ham? Screw that guy. I did read another book recently, pretty similar, Anna Karenina by Tolstoy. You ever read that one? Yeah. I discovered that it's a rewrite. It's a reboot. I didn't know this. They were doing this back in the day, apparently. It was just rebooting old ideas. But it's a rewrite of an ancient Greek tragedy that this Russian rewrote. Like, no wonder it's unreadable. But the original is this ancient Greek tragedy where this woman overcomes adversity and achieves all of her goals, and the moment she does so, she's stung by a bee and dies from the allergic reaction. Like, how tragic is that? The Greeks can really do tragedy, can't they? But this Greek rewrite of Anna Karenina, where she dies by bee sting at the end, was called Anaphylaxis. All right. Got the academic crowd in the back. Going for the dialectual puns. Okay. Well, then, let's do another one. Ever since I was growing up, I always wanted to be a carpenter. I wanted to build furniture. I wanted to build chairs. But because I'm a leprechaun, I was going to build magic chairs. Chairs that when you sat in them, they'd bestow great fortune upon you. But see, the problem is thieves. Thieves kept breaking them in workshops. Thieves came in and they were stealing the bits of the chairs that bestowed the greatest provenance. So instead of chairs, I had more stools. And it just goes to show that them thieves, they were after me lucky charms. So yeah, you can tell that I don't do this for a living. I don't make any money at it. I actually to make a little bit additional more money, I've started taking phlebotomy classes. Phlebotomy, of course, is the practice of drawing blood for medical purposes. The thing is, though, like, I am so good at it. Oh man, I'm like LeBron at phlebotomy, and I started getting worried that my arrogance, my vanity would get in the way of the medical practice. But my phlebotomy instructor, he gave me some encouraging words the other day. He said, "Not that vain." I thought that was nice. That's the reaction I'm looking for. All right. Okay, so looking for ways to make more money. I came up with a new kind of beer. Like, I like beer. I'm practicing to be a Supreme Court justice. I like beer. I like Dos Equis. I like to drink Dos Equis. Problem is, it doesn't have enough kick for me. Like I think Dos Equis should make like a malt liquor, you know, something with a little bit more heft to it. And then, you know, because I really do enjoy the Dos Equis. Mostly it's the commercials. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis. I think those are great. With the malt liquor commercials, they could call it Dos Equis S or something. And so the commercial would be, I don't always drink malt liquor, but when I do, it's 2XS. All right, folks, I've been Phil Johnson. You've been fantastic. It has been great to have you here.